Alrighty, guys, we're back for Is It Artifacts? And this is a Lost Caverns of Ixalan standard brew, and I'm Redcat. Let's go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked. Rockin' Zoetic Glyph in this one. All four of them. It is a 3-mana aura enchant artifact. Enchanted artifact is a golem creature with base power toughness 5/4, oh my, in addition to its other types. And then when Zoetic Glyph is put into the graveyard from the battlefield, discover 3. Huh. Yeah, seems pretty good overall. It is only an uncommon too, so that's pretty sick. In the right build around, I think this is going to do a lot. Hopefully, this is the right build around. Now, we do have a fellow 3-drop that we wouldn't mind discovering off of this, like Kitesail Larcenist, 3 mana, 2/3, flying, ward 1, which does go the extra mile. When this ETB is for each player, you choose up to one other target artifact or creature that player controls. For as long as Kitesail Larcenist remains on the battlefield, the chosen permanents become treasure artifacts and lose all other abilities as well. So while you're going and turning their Shieldred into a treasure, you might as well turn one of your less important artifacts into a treasure, use it as ramp, right? So maybe like Voldaren Epicure's blood token, you can go ahead, turn that into a treasure. That could go a long way, honestly. But let's be real, blood tokens also do a thing too, but more importantly in this deck, I think map tokens are going to do a thing. We got all 4 Spyglass Sirens, 1 mana, 1/1 with flying. When it ETBs, you create that map token. Pretty cool stuff, man. Again, you could totally turn that map token into a treasure off the Larcenist, but overall, just exploring in here, I feel is going to be pretty good. Exploring onto key creatures like Gingerbrute, for example. So one mana, 1/1 with haste. For 1, you can have Gingerbrute can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with haste. Beautiful ability, man. Now it also has that food ability at the bottom too, could go a long way, especially if you're having trouble against like mono red or something. You never know when that extra life gain could go that extra mile as well. Now we also have other cards that maybe can't be blocked, like Surge Engine. So this is a 2 mana 3/2 with Defender. For only a blue though, Surge Engine loses Defender and it gains this creature can't be blocked. And then for 2 and a blue, it becomes a blue creature with base power toughness 5/4, activate only if Surge Engine doesn't have Defender, then also some card draw later on in the game if you somehow reach 6 mana. We have more ways to explore onto our key creatures like Subterranean Schooner, 2 mana 3/4 vehicle for crew for only 1. So when it attacks, target creature that crewed it this turn explores. Every time we see our opponents playing with Schooner, it's pretty darn good, man. I think the stats overall are excellent, but yeah, plugging extra counters onto our key creatures just seems really good. Speaking of plugging extra counters, we also have Agatha's Soul Cauldron in here. So, excuse me, guys. It's a 2 mana legendary artifact. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to activate abilities of creatures you control. Creatures you control with +1/+1 counters on them have all activated abilities of all creature cards exiled with Agatha's Soul Cauldron. And then the bottom ability, you can tap this, exile target card from a graveyard. When a creature card is exiled this way, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. You never know when that graveyard hate really comes in handy too. What ends up happening though, is you can take like a Gingerbrute with this, and then effectively give any other creature that has a +1/+1 counter on it that ability that Gingerbrute has to go ahead and can't be blocked except by creatures with haste. So that actually really could be good, huh? Just being an artifact in here too, you never know when you're going to turn that Soul Cauldron into a golem with glyph. That sounds pretty cool, huh? Then we have more removal in here with Voltage Surge. Now, I do think we have enough artifacts in here that would be worthwhile sacrificing. I actually don't know how often we will need to do 4 damage outside of just like taking care of early creatures for 2 damage instead, right? So I'm looking at soldiers. Pretty much anything can get cleaned up for 2 damage in soldiers, especially early on, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking. Outside of that, like 4 damage doesn't hit Shieldred. That's why Larcenist is going to be so important too. So, but I am opting for all 4 of these for a good reason, man. Also, all 4 Experimental Synthesizers too. Now, for 1 mana, when it enters or leaves the battlefield, exile the top card of your library. Until end of turn, you may play that card. Nice. So this is not a turn 1 play, as you do want to try to get some value out of it. At the very least, maybe turn 2, you have that extra mana. Maybe you'll hit a 1-drop. I mean, there are a lot of them in here, so. Also has that bottom ability. For 2 and a red, you can sacrifice it. You get a 2/2 Vigilant Samurai. Not bad. Activate only as a sorcery, too. I do think it's going to be good in here, though. I did opt for all 4 of them for a good reason, huh? And it's just another artifact that you can turn into a golem as well. We have a top end, Saheeli Filigree Master. 4 mana, 3 loyalty, legendary planeswalker. +1, scry 1. You may tap an untapped artifact you control. If you do, draw a card. Okay, cool. More card draw. I'm down. There's not a whole lot of card draw in here. Even though we have all these blue cards, yeah, it's just not a lot. Got a -2. Create 2 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying. They gain haste until end of turn. Nice. -4. You get an emblem. With artifact creatures you control, get +1/+1. And artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Oh my, dude, Saheeli looks really good in an artifact build. The last few times we played with them, I don't really remember how good Saheeli was because it has been that long, unfortunately. A really cool planeswalker. I like it. I think it's going to be excellent here as a 1-of on the top end. Who knows? Maybe we'll see it today, and I'll talk about 2 of these in the final thoughts. You never know. You have Ancestor's Aid in here too. Almost forgot to go over it. 2 mana, instant speed, target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. Then you create a treasure token. Of course, that treasure token is just another artifact that we could use for like the Voltage Surge or pretty much anything else in here, right? Like artifacts are going to be important in general. Maybe we turn that treasure into a golem. But outside of that, like +2/+0 and first strike really could go a long way. You never know when that extra damage is going to come in handy, just plugging that extra 2 onto an unblocked Gingerbrute or something like that. Or maybe you have a really sick block because the opponent messed up and swung in with their Shieldred. You never know. First strike, I'll tell you what. Okay, the mana base. I have a Restless Spire over here, opting for as many fast lands as possible, including a Mirrex, just an extra way to generate more artifact creature tokens too, and potentially another win condition. Oh, Crucible of Defiance in Soaring City, of course, too. No honorable mentions today. Guys, I had too many honorable mentions, so I got rid of all of them. So let me know in the comments what should have made the cut as an honorable mention at the very least. Okay, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked and see how we do. Okay, we'll see if we can get right into that first game here. In the meantime, what am I expecting from the build? I'm actually expecting a little bit, man. I am, and I was expecting a little bit from yesterday's build too, the Phyrexians. So like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not going to be that janky. Okay, opponent goes first. And I built it slightly around the cards that we see in the Simic version. I couldn't think of what it was called there. Yeah, there's a Simic version floating about with the Zoetic Glyph, which looks really cool, man. So going the Izzet route, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be good. We'll see though, right? You never know. The meta can be absolutely brutal. Okay, so opponent goes first here. They are holding us up a little bit. We'll go ahead and pause the recording until they show up. Okay, hopefully the opponent showed up here. I'll go ahead and keep this starting hand. Their timer did run all the way down, so like I said, hopefully they showed up, as I feel like this is the perfect hand to start the evening on, huh? Can play pretty much everything, and then by turn 3, hopefully we'll see our 3rd mana for the Glyph. Maybe we'll turn that map into a golem. Yeah, dude, I really like this hand. Come on, opponent. I believe in ya. We'll go ahead and pause again to see if they show up. The opponent, unfortunately, did not show up. Aw, man. Hopefully our next hand looks very similar to this one. Again, really cool hand. Sometimes I get asked, why do I keep these matches in? Well, we don't get too many test hands in every recording, right? So I feel like it's actually pretty important to showcase what the deck draws like. Also, guys, we got the deck tracker back. Let's go. Yeah, guys, if you don't like these matches, I always put down in the description, we have timestamps. Always feel free to skip ahead. Chapters at the bottom of the video as well. And when we have those games, I'll put something like test hand, or if the opponent concedes on turn 1, I'll put early concede or something like that. Okay, opponent goes first. Opponent, are you here, buddy? Are you gonna show up? Hopefully. Well, I'd say this is a keepable hand. I actually liked the first hand a little more, but at least we have our 3 mana right away here too. So now when we do get our 3 drops, we're ready to go. But problem with keeping 3 mana hands sometimes is you like see 2 more turns of land and you're just like, that's enough, man. We don't need 5 right now. Okay, hey, opponent's here. Let's go ahead, keep 7. Gingerbrute or Spyglass? I'm gonna go Spyglass over the Brute. I'm not really sure why. It's just like a gut feeling, I guess. Probably gonna be Schooner over the Soul Cauldron. Okay, the Glyph, nice. Ozolith from the opponent for that turn. You go Gingerbrute map token, swing for 2. I'm gonna save the map token for now. Get Schooner down and ready. And swing with the Siren. Yeah, swinging with a map golem next turn actually just seems really good. That could be a problem. Ancestor's Aid. So, Glyph onto map, right? Schooner. Schooner doesn't get into the... That's a 4/4. Yeah, dude, Ozolith. Oh, that is a problem. Okay, well, hopefully they accept this trade then. That's going to be a 6/6 next turn. Yeah, they do not accept this trade. Dude, Ozolith. My brain was like, yeah, swing against the 3/3. We have a great swing for the turn. Yeah, double counters. How are we going to deal with that? I'll tell you what. We had a Voltage Surge in hand. That would have been the play over the Glyph for sure. Sacrifice the map token, deal 4 to the veteran. Backup 1. That's actually just like backup 2 at this point. Ruin Lurker Bat getting extra counters onto Lifelink. Dude, we're in some serious trouble right now. And I think it's the Ozolith's fault. I wonder if they start swinging here. Maybe we can... Actually, they didn't go on to the Ruin Lurker. They must have another plan. When this creature dies, put its counters on target creature you control. So they plan on chumping on the ground, maybe. Oh, another backup. Oh. Okay. And then, I mean, okay, yeah, dude. Look at this. That's their turn 4. That's a sick table for turn 4. I might as well take the 4 damage here. Guys, I think we're in big trouble. Ancestor's Aid, at least, like, if they go Ruin Lurker Bat, block the Siren, the first strike actually does a thing. Oh, Surge. Okay, well, I really don't want to get rid of anything. I guess we could sacrifice map token, discover 3. If we don't do something huge this turn, Surge is probably going to hit the veteran, so maybe we use the treasure and sacrifice that instead. They double block, we kill one of these, and then we get the discover 3. Okay, actually, we have a really good turn here, don't we? So I'm swinging with Siren to get them to block with that Ruin Lurker Bat, so we can go Ancestor's Aid onto the 1/1. And they might not fall for it. They're just going to take it. Crap. Okay, well, we're still going to buff because I want the treasure on the board. This is big damage. Then we can take out the lifelink instead of the siege veteran here. We still get... They're going to continue to buff. The lifelink's a problem though, right? Over the buffs on the ground. Right? I don't know. I think so. This is a tough decision, dude. Down to 15. We'll go ahead and get rid of the treasure token. Because we could still get rid of the map and discover 3 and maybe find like Larcenist or something. Soaring City we're gonna have to keep as utility, I'd say, over getting Gingerbrute down. Although Gingerbrute's unblockable could be good. It's not like getting buffed right now either, so it depends, it depends. Even so, in case of an emergency, we can pop the map token and get that Discover 3. They have 1 card in hand. Ozolith's ability open. Restless Prairie open. They could totally power that up. Oh, are we dead? We're dead. Restless Prairie wins this game. That's an extra 6 damage. That's 14 right there, then an extra 2 from Veteran. Oh no, I needed to keep blockers back. Actually, no, we needed to take care of the Veteran and not worry about the life. Oh crap, guys, I lost this game for us. I mean, honestly though, a good game, opponent. Honestly, they had a sick setup regardless, so I don't know. I don't know if we were gonna get through, but we definitely needed to survive the turn. I know that much. So taking out the Veteran instead of worrying about the lifelink on the Ruin Lurker bat really shows like the aggro player in me. Taking out the 3/3 bat instead of taking out the Veteran. Like, I wasn't worried about actually dying next turn, you know? I was just worried about them gaining life. So that was kind of a mistake. We should have taken out the Veteran. It would have had a 3/3. Then the 6 extra there. What would that have been when they powered up Prairie? 13 damage? Something like that, right? They would have gained 3, but then they probably would have died to our swing next turn, especially since we had that vehicle on the board too. Oh, this is a mulligan. That's a slow land too. There's only a couple of those in the build. Yeah, that's a mulligan. Monica's first. All right, we're on the draw. Let's see it. I'll get rid of one of the schooners, especially since we can't play it yet, right? Have a good variety in hand. Swamp and Sleeper. Hey, there we go. I'm going to get the tap land down for the turn instead of the Siren. Because even if they power up Sleeper, we'll still be able to drop the Voltage Surge. Uh-oh. Deep Cavern Bat. Take that Voltage Surge out of the equation. Because if they take anything else, then we just Voltage Surge the Bat to get it back, you know? It's definitely the removal here. And then, is it going to be Surge Engine? Maybe? Play the Reef. I guess it's actually Schooner, right? And let them swing in for the turn with the Sleeper and everything. I was thinking Search Engine at least blocks the Sleeper, but then they're not too concerned about that. Like, they just keep the Sleeper back. Choose to power it up instead. Underdog for the turn. They keep the Sleeper back anyways. Okay, Experimental Synthesizer. But honestly, just getting Larcenist down could be fine too. Hey, what happens when you turn a Deep Cavern Bat into a treasure? Do we get the Voltage Surge back? I'm going to start with Synthesizer. See what we see. Let's see if we see our 1 or 2s, because that's majority of the deck. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, so now we'll play a couple 1-drops for the turn. Taking 1. Get the Siren down. Gingerbrute. And I'm okay with the double block. Right? Are you guys okay with the double block? I'm thinking so. Let's go Gingerbrute, right? Like, I know eventually... Ooh, Epicure. I'm actually going to send it. I don't exactly know what I'm looking for, but I'm looking for something a little better. I don't mind the blood token and everything, and the extra damage for that matter. They go for a chump. They do go for the double block. Okay. Well, one of our cards for 2 of their cards, we do get We got the counter on the Brute for it. They do get to bring Underdog back eventually. I feel like that was still a really good trade for us overall. I don't know. But they accepted it pretty fast, too. Oh my! Rocking a Disfigure, 1 mana instant. Target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. Cool. I would have never expected this over something like a cut down. I wonder what they're slotting in the Disfigure for, like what creature they have in mind for it, you know what I mean? Okay, let's not forget what's on the board, but is probably Larcenist for the turn. Maybe I turn our map token into a treasure and get the Surge Engine down too. Am I concerned about using the map token as exploration? Not really. I think getting Surge Engine down is totally fine. I'd rather turn map token over Synthesizer. Voltage Surge comes back, hopefully. I hope that's how this works, right? And the Ward 1 should be terrific here. Unless they do have like a cut down. Oh, Voltage Surge doesn't come back. Well, this is awkward. Even though it lost its other ability, it's still on the board, so that's how that works. That's interesting, actually. Was it still worth taking out of the equation? I guess so. It'd definitely be nice if we got that Voltage Surge back, though. And they can use this as ramp, too. Okay, Larcenist, so Bat flips back. So we at least ramped into the Surge, and they spent a lot of mana just on that go for the throw. Another Larcenist. Huh. I feel like I should save that for when they actually play their Shieldred or something. Not forget we have Restless Spire too. It's probably Synthesizer, see what we see. Maybe we see a 1-drop. And then if we don't, we just go Surge Engine. What am I saying? Let's go all in on the Surge Engine. Let's do this. Because if we get it above their other removal range, Go for the Throat doesn't hit the Surge Engine, and we put them on a 3-turn clock with that too, so that could be super scary for Mono Black. Trespasser, see, that gains them some life. We can't really hit Trespasser with the Larcenist either, because of the ward. Unless we want to discard a card from hand, which seems really bad, because then they just pick up Larcenist and get their Trespasser back anyways. Schooner's pretty good, isn't it? I'm still thinking about that Synthesizer, but like... Oh yeah, they're gaining life from the swing with the bat too, so... We could still full swing, just let them ping through. But I suppose I keep the Siren back and see if they're willing to trade when it comes time. Swing for 5 for sure. We're going to be taking a good amount of damage here, guys. This could easily be anyone's game. We have some good value going on right now. Okay, removal for the Siren, unfortunately. We should go ahead and power up the Subterranean Schooner. Again, at least it doesn't get hit by a Go for the Throat, which could be key here. Now we have a blocker for the Trespasser, too. I mean, we were going to have the blocker for the Trespasser regardless. Okay, down to 12. They're up to 13. Passing it on back. The Larcenist. So, okay, first of all, Ancestor's Aid could go the extra mile. Don't have enough for that. If it's Larcenist, discard, get rid of Trespasser. They don't have the ward cost for the turn, unless it's like a cut down style effect. Maybe it's just... Maybe it's Larcenist. And turn the Synthesizer into a treasure since we're not using it. And go ahead, get rid of the bat for now. Power up the Schooner. Go for the swing, right? And then we do have Ancestor's Aid open. We want to do an extra 2 and then get an extra treasure from that as well. Oh, the glyph. Yeah, I'm keeping that on top, dude. Let's see what they end up doing. What do you guys think? Extra damage? Just go for the 10? Let's do it. Let's do it, man. We get an extra treasure. Now, obviously, the synthesizer ability doesn't go through there, which is actually a good thing because we don't want to exile the glyph. Yeah, since it loses all abilities from the Larcenist. I think we have the opponent on the run, guys. Sheoldred. They go for a swing up to 4, but we just swing with Surge Engine, and we still have the Larcenist in the air, too. It actually worked out quite nicely overall. But yeah, we just full swing. We're going down to 6 here. I'm not even going to play the glyph, as I do want to actually get this swing in. GG opponent. That was pretty sick, man. That worked out really well overall. What do you guys think? So far, 66%. Unfortunately, that first game there, the opponent did not show up, so the win rate isn't 100% accurate. We're realistically sitting at a 50% win rate right now. We'll have to remember that first game where the opponent didn't show up. So far, so good. A lot of little decisions here or there. That's to be expected from a deck like this, I would say. There's a lot of, when do I use this artifact as what it's meant to do? When do I save it for something else that the deck is meant to do, right? So, no red source. I'm going to give it a shot. I think we're fine for now. I think we're totally fine for a few turns. And I might start with Gingerbrute this time, but a map token wouldn't be terrible. Okay, never mind. I changed my mind already. Map token, especially since we're looking for a red source too. Synthesizer. Okay. Let's start with the map token. On the Siren, totally fine. Another Siren. Okay, I'll keep that on top. Get the other blue source, get the Gingerbrute. Should we have gotten the Gingerbrute down first and went map token onto that? Maybe. Maybe. I guess we'll see how valuable our flyer is compared to the unblockable Gingerbrute. Which, you know, it does cost a mana to make it unblockable. Meanwhile, flying is just free evasion. The second Siren seems good to me. We get to peer more onto the top with the other map token. Go wide with the potential counters, but also we could just find mana here. Yeah, we'll plug this one onto the Gingerbrute. Mirrex, okay. So it's not Synthesizer for the turn, it's probably Epicure then. Right? One for 3, down to 14. I fear a board wipe, but it shouldn't be happening next turn. It'll be happening soon enough, though. Founding the third path, so a 1 or 2 mana from their hand. Sunset Revelry back up to 17. Definitely a board wipe style build, guys. Okay, we could go Blood Token, see what we see. We could get Larcenist down. Probably gonna get eaten by a board wipe, unfortunately. We're gonna start with a Blood Token, because that could mean a world of difference. I'm gonna keep Ancestor's Aid instead of Synthesizer, I'd say. And both Larcenists, because there's no guarantee that we'll see a red source. Okay, activate the Gingerbrute. And is it worth trading with the Epicure, knowing that next turn could still be a board wipe? Probably not. Let's get the 4 through. That's the 4 damage that they gained off the Revelry, unfortunately. What do you guys think? Was this a keepable hand? Not seeing both mana sources, like it really didn't matter so far. Faithful Mending. Oh, 2 of their Sunset, 2 other Revelries hit the grave from the mill. Now the 3rd chapter on the saga is they get to exile an instant or sorcery from their grave, copy it, and then they can cast the copy. Oh, this might be a 5-mana build. Another Larcenist. Okay, is it just like 4 damage again? Just keep everything back again? Faithful Mending to gain more life? They take out the Brute for sure. Like at some point, that board wipe's coming down. Okay. I suppose we will go one of our Larcenists, and we will take out one of the 1/1s. That actually ramps them though too. Can I just like not? You know what I'll do? I'll potentially save us one of our creatures from the board wipe, and it's going to be the Epicure. No, it's going to be the Gingerbrute. And I'm just going to submit 0 for them, actually. Funny enough. That's actually pretty interesting. Because now when they wipe the board, our Gingerbrute will come back. 3. No Wandering Emperor. That's pretty huge for us, actually, man. Faithful Mending. I mean, the type of deck that runs Founding the Third Path, I suppose, might not run any Wandering Emperors. If they get to cast one of these, it's probably going to be a Sunset Revelry. Gains them another 4, which is pretty big for them, man. That'd be 8 life total just from the Revelries for the game, which, as you can see, opponent's still chilling at 16 now. That's pretty good, and a bunch of blockers on the ground too. Jin is in the build. The Progress Tyrant. One with the multiverse. What is happening? Yeah, playing that Gingerbrute path, like maybe there's no board wipes in here. I'm pretty sure this is a board wipe deck though, right? Squirming Emergence brings back Founding. Okay, nothing from hand, luckily. Schooner, not bad. We could do a similar concept with the Larcenist and maybe protect a different creature, but I don't want to get rid of one of the flyers. We could use the Gingerbrute for the Ancestor's Aid, funny enough. We want to do more damage that way. Probably just Schooner for the turn. That's a pretty good one. And we'll swing in the air. Yeah, Ancestor's Aid, more damage isn't bad, but I am still playing around that potential board wipe. Which, yeah, maybe just like another Larcenist. Put another one of our creatures in reserve as a treasure. Could be a Farewell style build too. Oh, another Revelry. Off the top. That's all 4 of them actually. Okay. That's a lot of life gain, dude. I'm still not convinced that trading this Epicure. Okay, depopulate. Right. So Gingerbrute does come out. That's actually not bad, huh? My turn. Epicure. We can't play it. Crap, dude. I could turn... No, that's not worth it. I suppose it's Larcenist for the turn. Target nothing. Just get a creature down, right? Swing with Gingerbrute and the Schooner. I'm afraid of a second to populate. So maybe we should just turn the Gingerbrute into a treasure again. Nah. Now I'm just trying to plug as much damage as possible. Next turn, they're going to be able to play another Revelry. Some land off the top. It's a red source. Let's go. Let's get that Voldaren Epicure down. Extra damage. Like I said, I'm scared of the second board wipe, but we gotta go, man. Like we gotta deal this damage. Oh, it's not just mana value 2 or less for that bottom saga. Oh, well that's really bad. The good news is, it's still looking pretty good unless they get something else down here. Yeah, honestly, we can still get there, guys. We can get there this turn, actually. We need to be able to power up the Schooner. So we're going to We're gonna turn this blood token into a treasure. Commit nothing for the opponent. Okay. 1, 2. So then we power up the schooner, right? They have 3 mana open. I am pretty concerned right now. Swing. Land a hand. Ancestor's Aid on the schooner. We get an extra treasure token for this. That's 5. Guys, it's sticking, but I'm going for it, man. Let's win this turn. Come on. Oh, no. Experimental Augury. Guys, I think we just got there. Seed of Hope, they gain 2. What a hit for the opponent. Dude, nice. They're going down to 1 here. That was quite the hit. Oh man, they're in this and they got 4 cards in hand and life gain on the Faithful Mending. Atraxa! I am astonished right now. Holy cow, dude, that completely restocks. We played 3 Larcenists already. We will not be able to turn this Atraxa into a treasure. I think the opponent just made... I just had a beautiful line of play. Dude. GG. That's gotta be it, right? Unless we see the 4th Larcenist somehow. Even then. So first of all, we'll go for the map token. They drop the GGs. It is most likely a GG's indeed. That Seed of Hope was something else, dude. The glyph is pretty good. And the Discover, I'm gonna play this out. I know that much. I know that much, right? Don't forget Atraxa has Vigilance and all that fancy good stuff too. They restocked their hand, so they're gonna be able to do a lot of incredible things. Go Seed of Hope. Dude, getting them down to 1, that's brutal, brutal stuff. How much life gain did they have this game, actually? I don't know. 3 Revelries and 2 Seed of Hopes. Is that correct? 16 life gained. 1 with the Multiverse. They get a free card here. What's their free card gonna be? Maybe Wren? Squirming Emergence. Squirming Emergence. They could hit Atraxa number 2. Jin. They could hit Jin, dude. Okay, so we're going to take the 7. No blocks. I don't want to lose any of these creatures. They're going back up to 10. I don't know why I'm playing it out, but I feel like playing it out. You know? We could have sent the glyph, too, to see if we found the Larcenist. Oh, their free card is a Kami War. They're going to go ahead and take out the schooner. Aw, man. So, I don't know what scenario I'm looking for, but I'm looking for something. If we swing with the glyph, we could discover. We could discover. I think they block the Larcenist, gain 7. They can block anything, let the rest go through. Yeah, if we discover the Larcenist, that would be really good. Yeah, no, they're getting a free card with the 1 with the Multiverse, too. They are blocking the 5/4. Come on, Larcenist. Back up to 12 for the opponent. Come on. It's Voltage Surge. Let's go, dude. Oh my goodness. Atraxa's out of the equation. That is awesome, dude. Yeah, bounce that Larcenist back to my hand. That's going to be the Spyglass. Oh, and we have to discard too. Okay, okay, I see. I see. So they could have bounced Larcenist. Had us discard it. Their Kami War is about to flip too. Squirming Emergence. They go for the Ginge attacks. We still had a lot of really cool hits here, huh? I'm surprised they didn't just want to grab that Atraxa back, actually. 7 mana. Oh, they have 2 Squirming Emergence, and then they copy it with the Djinn. Opponent's deck is sick, actually. I'm a little upset that they found the life gain on the Seed of Hope, but, like, this is actually really sick, isn't it? And terrifying. Oh my goodness. Now we're chilling at 13. I say that we let them play this out, especially since I want to see more off the top anyways. And this is probably the last game of the evening anyways too. So like, let's let them play this out. I'm curious. I wouldn't mind seeing more of the opponent's deck as well. It looks like it's just a Squirming Emergence build. Oh man, Kami War. Take out the Larcenist. This is scary, man, because once they get that mana, once they're able to play like one with the Multiverse or whatever too, or bring it back with Emergence, right? Because this is non-land permanent. Oh wow, Siege or Surge Engine. That's actually not bad at all, is it? They counter it with the Djinn. Well, it would have been good. Now we go ahead and let them swing on in for 13. Yeah, no, like a Surge Engine on the board. Playing around the second board wipe a little more could have been good. Actually, the big misplay of the game from me was right here. Founding the third path's bottom ability, it's just any instant or sorcery. So we knew they were actually going to be able to bring back the Depopulate. Now, yeah, only the top ability on Founding the Third Path is mana value 1 or 2. The bottom ability, anything. So since we knew the Depopulate was coming back, playing around that second Depopulate could have been huge for us. Man, there was that 1 second where I was like, oh man, we're actually going to get there. That gain 2 on the Seed was wild, man. Got some packs. What do we got here? Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Let's crack it real quick. What do we get? Oh, hey, Intrepid Paleontologist. That's my 3rd one. Nice. I feel like there have been some dinos that would not mind 3 of those. So that's good to have. Okay, guys. Here's the deck list again. Actually really liked it. I feel like I could have piloted it better. That's one thing, right? There were a ton of decisions to be had in this build. Like all the time. Like even simple decisions that like normally happen in Magic felt a little bit tough. Like for example, oh, we could play 2 1-drops or a 2-drop. Like, you know what I mean? Like that type of decision happens in Magic the Gathering all the time. But for some reason in this build in particular, it kind of felt like it was like there was an extra layer to that decision. So yeah, actually really fun, really cool. Is it artifacts? Is this a way to put it together? Maybe. There's actually a lot of other, like, is it artifacts that could work well as well, but they might lean a little bit jankier too. Like, one of the things that actually almost made the honorable mentions was the, yeah, Mechanaut. I feel like the last time I played Is It Artifacts, it was a Mechanaut build. And then with the Mechanaut, so artifact spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So one of the reasons it didn't make sense for this build in particular is, yeah, we do have a lot of artifacts to play out. And like a free Gingerbrute sounds really cool too. But a big part of this build is actually just getting artifacts from our other cards too, right? So getting, what's that? Sorting. Getting blood tokens off of Epicure and then map tokens off of Siren and stuff. Like, that stuff isn't going to get any cheaper with the Mechanaut on the board. You know what else could have been cool? First of all, we didn't get to see Saheeli today, which makes me a little bit sad, but you know what else could have been cool? Oh, there it is. It is only a blue card. Tezzeret, Betrayer of Flesh. Yeah, that could have been cool in here too, especially with that top ability. Artifact, first activated ability of artifact you activate each turn. Cost 2 less to activate. That could be pretty sick. That could be cool. Maybe it's Tezzeret over Saheeli, but realistically, I don't know. Maybe you only have one or the other. Maybe you don't have Saheeli, but you have Tezzeret. Definitely give it a shot on the top end. I think it could be cool. A little bit of card draw here too, turning one of our map tokens into a 4/4 permanently with the -2 could be really cool too. So, dude, How come I didn't consider Tezzeret? Because maybe both of them would be pretty sick on that top end, huh? And against control style builds, I suppose these planeswalkers could be a little slow. Well, Tezzeret, right? Well, maybe not. Maybe these could help plug extra damage through. Because, of course, Saheeli helps us fly in the air to poke those last couple bits of damage through. Tezzeret, on the other hand, relies on you actually having artifacts on the board. If you are trying to get that damage through with the 4/4, which is kind of what the glyph does anyways. But Tezzeret could already be established onto that board state too, so I don't know. Guys, like I said earlier, I had too many honorable mentions, so I got rid of all of them. Definitely let me know what you would add or take out in the comments. By the way, guys, down in the description, we do have that Discord link, and we also have that Patreon link too. Special thanks to all my patrons. Like, seriously, it does go a long way to supporting the channel, so thank you so much. You made it this far into the video too. Thank you so much. Y'all are champions. All right, guys. Hey, I will see you in the next video.